know what I love in video games? Bonus modes. Those little extras that developers add to their games give you a break from all the main crap. When they're done right, and meaning that there was some actual time and effort put into it and it wasn't just an afterthought, they can be one hell of an experience that can be just as effective as multiplayer in creating a huge amount of replayability. In some cases, they could be the very reason why you keep coming back to a game many years after it's past its prime. So today, we're going to be talking about 5 of my favorite bonus modes in video games. Now, this isn't a list of what I truly think is the best of the best. These 5 picks are just some of my favorites. And they're not even in a real order from least favorite to favorite. Well, except for one, but shut up! My list, don't judge me, let's get this started. Super Mario AllStars is one of the most well-known and oldest remakes in gaming. Mario had made such an impact on the industry about a decade earlier, and re-releasing these games on the Super Nintendo was pretty ingenious. Getting 3 prettier versions of games the world shit their pants over years earlier, and we were getting a game we never had before? You done good, Nintendo. You done good. There is something else they sneaked onto AllStars, and it's something I never really hear anyone talk about despite how awesome and really fun it is. So most people who watch this probably knows about the Mario Bros. Arcade, a pretty fun, although pretty repetitive game Nintendo released before the big one. It was probably best known for its multiplayer, mainly for how much of a dick you could be towards the other player. Which is fun and all, but the problem is it wasn't a competitive game. It was cooperative, and if you start going after each other, you were going to see that game over screen a lot. And probably lose some teeth in the process. So, what does this have to do with AllStars, you say? Well, my forgetful friends who asked this, pop it in, go to Super Mario Bros. 3, then choose the third choice. Yeah, that's right. It's a competitive version of Mario Bros, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a definitive version too. Might not have the continuous levels like the original has, but goddamn, if you have a game grudge with someone, this is the mode to settle it in. The goal of this mode is either to collect 5 coins from defeating enemies, or surviving longer than your opponent. This was a true test of your wits and skill. Every action you make could mean the difference between winning and losing, and you had to think fast or else you're not going to last long because this is competitive, and you're encouraged to be a dick. You could jump on or hit your opponent from under to stun them in hopes that one of those annoying little bastards would hit them. You could always do the classic flip enemy over just before they kill them to hurt them trick. Or you could even bash into one another and try and push the other into a spiny. Best part was if you were big and the other player was small, then they get bounced back even further. As you can see, there's plenty of ways to be an asshole in this mode. On top of adding Koopa Troopas to kick their shells with and finding mushrooms and blocks, they even included a mystery mushroom that swapped you spots with the other player, and that includes your size. So it's little details like that that made it more memorable because it improved on so many areas. But I guess it's not really fucking memorable because no one talks about the damn thing. But I suppose this wasn't completely forgotten because the concept did return for the Advanced series, but it wasn't nearly as polished as it was here. Sure, having up to 4 players was a great addition, but all the polish that AllStars brought to the table easily makes this the inferior version. But seriously people, don't let this diamond in the rough fall into obscurity. Fuck, get out there, ruin friendships, beat the fuck out of each other for that cheap death. Then upload it to YouTube so I can be entertained too. You know, I don't think anyone was expecting a mode like this to be included in a Sonic game when Sonic Adventure came about. Although, thinking about it, I don't think anyone was expecting a stupid fucking fishing simulator either. Like seriously, how the hell did this cocksucker get more levels than Amy? Fuck you. No. Fuck you, Big. Fuck you. But anyway, I don't know what made Sonic Team decide to include a mode based on a pet simulator, but my 10-year-old self was very grateful. The first time I caught a glimpse of this is when I got Sonic Mega Collection. I was already getting a high off this game. Being able to once again play most of the games I only got to rent once, and not having to dig out my Genesis to play Sonic 2 anymore? Oh yeah, I was overdosing on that blast processing Kool-Aid. So I was browsing the extras and watched that History of Sonic short they included, and when they showed Sonic Adventure 2 as well as a quick look at the Chow Garden, I was like, I need to play this like right now. Then the day came and I could finally rent it, and I was in love with this game. I had 7 days and I was spending as much time as I could into it. In fact, my folks let me rent it again for another week because they knew how much I was enjoying this game. Thank you very much, by the way, Mom and Dad. Love you guys for that. As for the Chow Garden, I fucking hated it at first. This was my first time playing something like this, so I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Didn't even know how to properly hatch the eggs at first. But with some time, I finally got a grasp on how to get that child to look at the way I wanted it to, and got it ready for racing and cockfights. Yeah, the dojo was one of the new features included for battle. Sega, you were teaching so many ethical lessons. But seriously though, some of the hoops you have to jump through to get certain Chell are pretty ridiculous, like this one. Anyone who has actually went out of their way to get one of these to look like this knows the struggle. One of the only problems I can think of about this mode is that it's pretty black and white. Either you're gonna love it and spend 100 hours on it, or it's not really your thing and you spend literally 0 hours on it. Well, I can't say 0 hours. You may be a sick fuck who enjoys abusing animals, and Chow Garden might be a way to fill the fucking void. I cannot believe you can do some of this stuff in this mode. I know it's virtual, but seeing one of these little guys bawl their eyes out is nothing but pure heartache for me. Like, seriously, quit crying. That's gonna make me cry. Wii Sports is a pretty interesting title when you really think about it. It's currently the best-selling console game in existence and had people really excited to play when they first got their Wiis. But it generally went from, oh my god, motion controls, this is fucking awesome, for the first week. Then after that it was, this is fucking boring. Except for bowling. Bowling was probably the only reason why most people came back to this game. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the other sports for what they were, but bowling was easily the best mode. And it probably got one of the most wicked bonus modes I've ever seen. Cause honestly, what's better than getting a strike on 10 pins? Well, duh, getting a strike on 91 pins! Oh fuck yeah, look at all them fall, yeah! The idea of this mode is so simple, yet again, so ingenious. You play 10 rounds trying to knock down as many pins as possible, but here, each round adds another row of pins, and by the end, you have this beast in front of you to tackle. You feel the pressure. You know this is your last shot to get that ultimate score. You need this strike to get double points and beat your opponent. So you plan your shot carefully, perfectly calculating your spot on the runway and your angle of the shot. Then you take a deep breath, you calm your nerves, you pull your arm back, and swing. And then you cheat and piss off all the other players you were playing against because they did not have a clue about this exploit. I'm going to die today because they do not appreciate my cheating fucking asshole douchebag fucking move. Bye bye! In my opinion, Mario Power Tennis is the definitive version of the sports series. A great roster of characters that feel so unique from each other, not just from their stats, but their special moves too. And there's great court themes, each with their own identity and gimmick to keep gameplay fresh. These two elements alone would have made this the best version of Mario Tennis to date. Because let's be real, Open was just a watered down version of Power Tennis, and Ultra Smash, well, that was a glorified demo you paid $60 for. And no, I'm not exaggerating. Okay, maybe a little, but can you blame me? That was a joke of a game. But of course, if you're not satisfied with just playing tennis, then Power Tennis has got you covered with a great set of bonus modes. From lobbing paint on a wall, to collecting coins, or having a rematch with Mecha Bowser, you're gonna have lots to do with these modes. And with varying degrees of difficulty, fun times can be endless. I think my favorite one was the Chain Chomp Challenge. There was such a risk versus reward system in place that kept you on your toes, since having them pissed off doubled your points. But someone could be an asshole and smash one of their bombs into it instead of chasing after you. Hell, even if you're playing it safe, you're at risk, since a water ball could put them to sleep, robbing you of points and time too. It was like the ultimate mode to train your dickish traits while still being competitive at the same time. Now, some of them are kinda crappy, but that was really only about maybe 2 or 3. The rest were fun and challenging. They added so much replay value to a game that was drowning in it to begin with. Mario Power Tennis is a great game overall. The main game's great and the bonus modes are amazing. Definitely check it out if you haven't done so yet. And if you haven't yet, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, shut up!
You know, Hunk from Resident Evil is a very fascinating character to me. And what fascinates me is the amount of popularity he has in the series. He's a generic-looking soldier slash mercenary with a goofy code name and has only appeared once throughout the entire story of Resident Evil. And it wasn't even a big part, it was just a side story. Hunk should be the most forgettable character in the series, yet he's a fan favorite. That should not be possible, yet it is. So yes, what does this have to do with bonus modes? Simple. Hunk's popularity comes from him being added to Resident Evil 4's Mercenaries mode and having that sick neckbreaker move. Because if it wasn't for that move, I probably wouldn't be mentioning him. And with that pointless introduction, my favorite bonus mode in any game are the ones we get in the Resident Evil series, especially the Mercenaries and Raid mode. If there's one thing most Resident Evil games do well, is that they provide an amazing amount of replayability. Whether you're unlocking costumes or bonus weapons for your second playthrough of the main campaign, or unlocking new challenges like Invisible Zombie mode, you know you're usually not going to play a Resident Evil game once and then there's nothing to do afterwards. In most cases, they provide a bonus mode to keep you coming back, and the Mercenaries and Raid mode are the best examples of this. The concept for Mercenaries is very simple. Kill as many enemies as you can to rack up the highest score possible in a given time limit. This would be like the perfect arcade game if arcades were actually relevant outside of Japan, because it's an easy mode to learn, yet very difficult to master. But you know damn well quarters would have been pumped and constantly had a chance for the top spot on the leaderboard if this was an actual arcade game. Each version has a set of characters and costumes, each with their own moves and weapon sets, which could provide countless hours trying to master each and every one of them. But honestly, I couldn't tell you why I love this mode so much. At its core, it's just killing zombies, and you do that in every mode. But for whatever reason, I've become really addicted to it. Now, for Raid Mode, I know exactly why I love this mode. At its core, it's an action RPG, and RPGs are probably my favorite video game genre. You combine that with one of my favorite series? Oh, you got yourself a happy dirtbag. So the goal of Raid Mode is simply play through the many stages, killing monsters and collecting loot to earn experience points and currency to level up and grow stronger, and to buy new and stronger guns. Like the Mercenaries, you have a bunch of different characters and costumes, each with their own attributes. And I can tell you right now, this isn't a mode that you're gonna complete in a couple hours. No, look at my time just in the first Raid Mode. Yeah, for the Revelation series, you're definitely getting your money's worth with just Raid Mode. And another reason why this was my number one. And there you have it, 5 of my favorite bonus modes. And holy hell, it's been a long time since I've done a countdown video. So just if you're wondering, yes, normal videos are still coming. I know this has only been my 3rd review type video so far this year, but things have been pretty busy with school, some personal shit, as well as something big that's coming in the near future that I just can't talk about quite yet. Soon though. But don't worry, I've been trying my best to make the second half of 2016 really awesome for you guys. I've been doing a lot of script writing and recording, so there's a lot to come in the second half of this year. But as always, thanks for watching and supporting the show. You guys have a good one.